Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner here from the North Central Ohio Media Group headquarters in Bucyrus, Ohio. I am the OH Report's Travis Berardi. Coach's Corner, as always, brought to you by Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion, Morrow County now. So we welcome in the River Valley Lady Vikings and the River Valley Vikings, but as for always first, ladies first. And let's welcome in the Lady Vikings head coach, Tim Chiles. How are you doing tonight, Coach?
Good. Thanks for having us.
No problem. And seniors, Hallie Snyder and Lexi Hecker. Hallie, practice go good today?
Yes, it did.
Lexi, you want to elaborate on that? What did you do in practice today?
Not too much. A lot of offensive stuff.
That's sometimes how you do it, Coach. You've been through a full season already. You know what you worked on. Is this a time between now and maybe the tournament that you just work on fundamentals until you get into preparation? What do you do?
It is. We have about a 2-week break from our last game to our tournament game, so we've kind of focused on fundamentals. We played Monday night, and then Tuesday night we did a lot of defensive stuff, did a lot of offensive stuff today. Take tomorrow off, do a team activity, and Friday work on some press and press break things, and then next week will be our focus on our tournament. We played Bexley in the first round. So,
and Coach, for the people that don't know you, the new, all the folks up here in Crawford County now, land WBCO, WQEL up here. Just introduce yourself. How'd you get into coaching? Where'd you go to high school? All that stuff.
Tim Chiles. I graduated from River Valley High School, and then I went to school down at Ohio University. I came back. We were on semesters, so we had quite a bit of a break, a month off during winter. So I'd come back and help a couple different times with the high school team that I played for with the coach. And then after I graduated, started teaching elementary phys ed. Job opened up at one of the River Valley Elementaries and jumped into coaching that year. Coached football for 13 years. Coached the boys basketball program for 5 years between freshman, JV, and varsity assistant, and then took over the girls program in 2008.
What does it mean to be at your alma mater coaching?
I enjoyed it. Coming out of graduating, I wasn't real sure, if I wanted to get into coaching, but had an opportunity. Just being back, I can give back to the community that I grew up in, which is nice.
Nice. All right, girls. No need to be nervous now. First question, we're going to talk about practice. I know people don't want to talk about practice. We're going to talk about it. What's your favorite drill to run in practice, Hallie? We'll start with you.
Partner rebounding, 'cause Lexi's always my partner, and it's just one person shoots and the other person rebounds, and then if the ball hits the ground, then you run. So
Laps, guts,
just
suicides,
one lap.
what?
Just one lap for every time it hits the ground.
How many times have you had to run?
Lexi and I usually have to run twice during the drill because we throw ourselves around the court trying to get the rebound before it hits the ground so that we don't have to run.
There you go. What about you, Lex?
That's what I was gonna say, but I don't know. That was my favorite too.
You guys don't
Or
like running? Like Coach probably loves having you guys
perfect
run.
free throws are probably my favorite.
Yeah.
As if you miss, you have to run down and back, but if you swish, you don't have to run. But if you make it, and you don't. If it hits rim or anything, you still have to run. So it's a lot of running.
Wow. I've never heard of
That's
that.
my
That's a
favorite, for
cool
sure.
concept. Gets you into that focus to run. In the MOAC, Coach, I guess, there's a lot of teams that like to run. I know Clear Fork likes to run and gun and things like that. How important is conditioning, especially nowadays in the games where you see less zone, you see more full court man, full court press, things like that?
Well, conditioning is important, and depending on how many you play, we play 7 or 8, so we don't have a huge bench. But if you were able to play 9 or 10, you can condition a little bit less because they get more breaks. But we try to condition every day of some sort, not necessarily just get on the line and run, but through a drill, give them a chance to get out of it, like they said with the perfect free throws. But just getting up and down in practice as well. Playing a lot of the drills we do are full court, or we'll do something in a half court and then transition down. But just always on the move, trying to keep yourself in condition because, like you said, the game has kind of changed a little bit, getting a lot in transition, and we just try to stay up with the times and switch. And we do play a little bit of zone, so it slows down at times. But on offense, even though we play zone defense, our offense we want to push in transition as well. So being in condition is important for us.
What would you say is your favorite defensive strategy? Like I'm a big 1-3-1 guy. I love the zone trap and like that. But I know some people love more man, things like that. What's your favorite?
Well, last year we went into kind of a lock left where we forced everything left. This year we've kind of kept that concept, but we've switched. We played a lot of man last year. This year we kind of switched to a 3-2 zone. We've done that quite a few years with my coaching. We'll switch in and out and run whatever's best for the team. We ran some 1-3-1. We've trapped out of it. We've not trapped out of it. I think for me, I like to switch things up. And if we have a team that can do that, and a lot of that depends on who you're playing. Like if you're playing Clear Fork who wants to get up and down, it's hard to switch defenses on the run, but you can dead ball situation things. So we try to switch up and make teams have to play our style, and we try to dictate a lot of that. So we'll go from zone to man, trap some, not trap. That's kind of what we like to do defensively.
Girls, what do you like to do most out there on the floor? Lexi, first for you. Defensively, offensively, what's your favorite part about being out there in the game, other than
I like
scoring
running
buckets?
like open posts and offense, so like people have opportunities to drive and dish out and stuff.
I'd say my favorite thing is to rebound because I haven't always been like much of an offensive player, but rebounding something that I can control no matter like how well I'm doing on offense and whether or not I'm hitting shots.
Well, that could lead to some assists on offense too. So
Right.
it's those stats that aren't the nicest ones of points, but still it leads to those points. So that's a good key. Some funner questions for you guys. Hallie, what's your favorite non-home gym to play at?
I'd probably say Clear Fork, which is most people hate to play in their gym, but I enjoy playing there. I feel like it's always a really good atmosphere, and
Yeah, why do most people hate it, you think?
most people just like I feel like most teams say they don't play good there, and it's just a hard gym to play in. 'Cause-
Smaller floor.
and they always have a really good fan base there and student section, so a lot of the time that's like a hard atmosphere to play in.
Lexi?
I would probably say Highland.
Okay, I like that.
I like the setup.
Yeah, like the horseshoe setup and things. I know we do a couple district semifinal games there for boys and girls basketball. I think that's a cool atmosphere. It seems like more of an arena
Yeah.
type feel to that. Are you more of an old school gym person or one of the newer gyms that are more wide open, Coach?
I like a little bit of both. I'd say I like the arena in our league.
The Joe Arena.
And I know a lot of people say it's hard to play at, but I think I like the atmosphere it gives. It gives you that big look, but lighting's a little bit different. It's a high ceiling. We've actually played pretty well there over the years, so I kind of like coaching there.
And we may get lucky enough to see a really good district boys tournament at the arena this year. I'm looking forward to that. Before we get to our first game, Boomers versus Zoomers, you two seniors, you had your senior night. You're finishing up. Bexley's at home, right?
Yes.
So you'll get one more home game before being done at River Valley. Just take this time right now to reflect on your time as a River Valley basketball player over the last 4 years. Lexi, we'll start with you.
I think it's been really fun. I've started all 4 years, so it's definitely been like something I'm gonna miss. Something like my whole life is basically basketball. My dad makes me practice all the time. Yeah, so it's not very, but it's gonna definitely be a lot different without it. I really enjoyed River Valley and my team.
Hallie?
It's definitely going to be something that I'm going to miss. The time definitely went fast, and I know people say that, and you don't really believe it, but these past 4 years have gone really fast, and I'm just going to miss having like that other family to go to every day and just being able to come to practice and see everybody and then go and play together.
Coach, reflect on the senior class.
As a class as a whole, we had 6 seniors this year. We actually had one that hasn't played since the 3rd grade or something come out, so it was nice to have a different face out there. The other 5 have all played, been in our program for since they were in middle school youth basketball. With these 2 seniors, they both played as freshmen for us at the varsity level. So they're going to be a group that we're going to miss. A lot of nice faces. We love having them in the gym every day with us. But I can't say enough positive things about what they've done for our program.
All right, time to get to our first game. It is Boomers versus Zoomers, and what this is I will be asking you 10 pop culture questions from the year 1999, the year that Coach graduated from River Valley High School. I still have the leaders as the Northmore boys basketball team had 8.5. So if you can get 8.5 points, you'll be tied. If you can get 9 out of 10 right, you will be in the lead here with, actually, this may be our last day of it, so you may win it. Who knows? We'll have to find out. Hey, we may have 13 more episodes. I don't know. We love to win it here. But let's get into it. Our first question. In 1999, this singer released her debut album, Baby One More Time. Who is that artist?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. That is correct.
That was kind of good.
That was before everything went loco with her. So you go. You got one. Question number 2. Also, you can have a lifeline. You can ask Coach for help twice, or you can ask the audience, the boys basketball squad, once. So you have 3 challenges per se. Question number 2. This game show aired on ABC, where if you answered 15 questions in a row right, you won $1 million. What was the game show? Regis Philbin was the host, if you even know who Regis Philbin is.
I don't know.
I think somebody's leaning in and wanted to give the...
Chiles?
Is it Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
It is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
My dad watches that. I have no idea.
Good show. Question number 3. A one-day ticket to Disney cost this much. You have to be within $25. Back in 1999 now, remember. I'll give you both a chance to answer, so...
Okay,
One
then
of-
you say something different.
Definitely a little more. Maybe like 30.
Okay.
Like 50.
You both are within. It was $41 for a one-day ticket to Disney. You're 3 for 3. How about that?
It might be. Northmore.
All right. Question number 4. This search engine released in 1999. Now, 97% of all web searches are on this site. What is the site?
Google.
You're right. It's Google. There was about 15 or 20. You had Yahoo, you had MSN, you had AOL, things like that. Google, 97%. 4 for 4. Great start, ladies. Number 5. Who is the artist that sang the Titanic hit My Heart Will Go On?
Huh?
Celine Dion.
You're right.
How do you know this?
I don't know.
Where did you pull that out?
Now, there is a cool Twitter handle that does like a walk-off home run or a buzzer beater. They put it to the end of that song, which is, they call it Titanic basketball and Titanic baseball. It's pretty cool. It's pretty epic. You have to look it up on or was it X now? Twitter, X? I don't know. I'm old. And whatever. Question number 6. Who was the president of the United States in 1999?
Chiles.
Giles, you don't know?
Oh, and you used your lifeline there, asking him.
Counts.
That counts.
That's
You have
some bull
used your
crap.
2
Do you guys
lifelines
know?
for him. You're using your boy's
Oh wait, no,
lifeline?
we're not.
Oh,
We're
no?
not gonna do that.
Okay, take a guess. Who was the president of 1999?
I don't want to sound dumb, like it's completely off.
Coach, you can take a guess too, since they gave you as a lifeline.
No, that's
No,
not
okay.
I don't even remember. Was it Bill Clinton?
It was.
Oh.
Hey, all right.
I did not have, that thing. We'll give it to you. I'll give you a half point for taking so long, but you're still good. You're 5.5. You can still win it. Question number 7. This female singing artist from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, had a #1 hit, Genie in the Bottle.
You definitely know this. I don't know. I don't know. Do we use our boys one?
I know it.
Oh, and they used your lifelines
Yeah, I know.
already.
We didn't
Use
use
mine.
theirs.
Not theirs, but his. Yeah.
I know this, but
I think we should use
Yeah,
it.
we'll use it.
Boys? No, you work with us. You can't get back off. Back. Unless Dan Messerschmidt knows it. Does Dan Messerschmidt know? Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera is correct.
Never would.
I wouldn't have got that, no.
6.5 points.
Not to like Ice Spice.
You need 2 of the last 3 to tie North Warwick. The last 3 will give you, well, 2.5 will give you the win. This NBA great retired for the 2nd time after 6 NBA championships. You have no more lifelines, so it's just between the 2 of you.
Oh, God.
Can you repeat the question?
This NBA great retired for the 2nd time in 1999.
Michael Jordan.
It is Michael Jordan.
Let's go.
The next question goes with it. Michael Jordan returned 2 years later to play for the team that he owned. Who is the team?
I think so. You can say.
No, you got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Um,
I don't know.
the Bulls.
Wrong. It was the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then
know
after that, it was the
I got
Charlotte
that.
Hornets, and he just gave up the stakes to that. So that's your first miss of the night. However, you still have a chance with this last question. In 1999, over 14 million of these animatronic fur things were bought. They were a little like animal, furry.
Those were the real ones.
I don't know how they're whispering, but we have microphones.
And we can hear them.
I,
They're talking amongst each other. It's better than
I
what I
know.
did. Take a guess.
You can. What's it?
the first one?
Yeah.
Furbies.
It was a Furby. Congratulations, 8.5 points. You tie the North Moore boys basketball team with 8.5 points. Well done. Bravo. That was
Good
good
job.
stuff right there. Not many people. Boys, did you know Jordan's returning team there? It was the Wizards. Nicely done. You don't get points for it, though. You have to. Yeah, great job, ladies. I think 8.5 is the best we've gotten from a girls' team this year. So good job. Kudos to you.
We're smart like that.
All right, let's get back to some more questions. Coach, you guys started off 4-7 to the season, but since you've won 9 of your 11 games, and those 2 losses were by 3 and by 2, what just started clicking after that 4-7 start? Because you guys are playing really good basketball right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just continue to buy into what we were trying to do. We've lost a lot of close games this year, even early.
Yeah.
You know, we lost a game by 1, lost a game by 5, lost another game by 5. So I think just buying into what we were trying to do, getting our group to play together. We've got, I said we have 6 seniors. We have no juniors this year. We had one that started last year, decided not to play. So we're playing some sophomores and a freshman who just wasn't used to playing together. So them getting used to playing together, and we had some injuries this summer. So
Yeah.
you know, girls coming off injuries. We had 3 of our top 6 not playing in the summer. So just them getting used to each other and playing has made a big difference for us.
Yeah. Ladies, same question to you guys. Just you guys were close early on, then it just started to click. Just what happened, and you guys know that moment when you guys felt like, hey, we're going to go on a run? Either of you can answer this one to start.
I would say that we've been like, we started off like slow in practices, and I feel like we've picked it up. I also think we've built like more chemistry together, and we're like more used to each other now, and like what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are. So we're pretty good at like helping each other out.
I feel like at the beginning of the season we had a lot of games that were super close, maybe that we should have won, and then after that I think a lot of us stepped up and we got some leadership and like, finally started putting some of the pieces together.
What's the practice atmosphere like for you guys? You guys have music playing, or are you just completely focused in there getting your things done and getting out?
Sometimes we have music playing if we're doing like shooting or like mostly when we're just doing shooting, we'll have music playing. But other than that, we're pretty focused and cheering each other on.
Coach, how is it to kind of keep it equal, keep it loose and fun during like shooting and stuff, but then when you need to be serious, you shut things down and you get serious.
Yeah, so like a lot of times when we're doing shooting drills, we'll play music, just kind of keep it upbeat. I think really, mostly we turn off just communication-wise. It's hard to talk over top of the music so they can hear everything. So when we're working on things, we'll kind of shut off the music, and there are times when we get serious, but I think having that kind of in between where you're having fun, but yet you're getting work done is important, because nobody wants to go in and just be work all the time. We want to have fun as well.
Yeah. How important, Lexi, for you is it to enjoy yourself out there but still be focused, especially during practice?
I feel like you can't take everything like super serious, but there's like when you need to like get serious, and like during games we know when like if we're doing good we can have fun and smile, but when we need to like get ready to go, we're pretty good at that.
There's always that one player on the team that you can look forward to either lighten the mood or get you serious. Who is that one player on your squad?
I'd probably say like Hallie or I, but
Yeah.
Hallie's who I go to most of the time.
And who you go to?
Lexi.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because she knows when to have fun, but also take things seriously and be the leader that we need.
Now, on a lighter note, who would you say is like the team clown? Not the class clown, but the team clown.
Gianna.
What's she do?
She's just really dumb. If I'm being honest. She's not the brightest. Or Mila. Mila's pretty. Her and Mila are very the same. They're very slow, I guess. They don't comprehend things very quickly is what I'm getting at.
But they always make us laugh, so.
I apologize if there's any beef created here tonight, Coach.
Oh, no,
They know.
They know.
They're well aware.
Coach, just what is you guys are an 8 seed in the D2 Central District. You're going to be home for one more game for a sectional championship, and then possibly a district semifinal against number 2 Buckeye Valley. Take me through the strategy and slotting your guys in a place there to get that game, and the possibility to right away get some good competition that could springboard you to maybe a run.
Yeah, so this year was different going in because obviously we didn't have coaches voting on seeds.
The RPI.
We talked about, I talked to the girls about that, how in years past we've been pretty good, so we've gotten some votes to maybe be above some teams with similar records. This year we didn't have that option, so we were like within hundreds of points to being from the 7 seed to the 6 seed. There was a good group that was stuck there together, and the team behind us. So it's we weren't real sure exactly where we'd end up. So being the 8 seed, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and it never fails during tournament draw. Things somebody does something a little bit different that you're not expecting. So the spot that I was hoping to get in was taken, but with the spots left, I've told the girls from the beginning, we can beat anybody, we can lose to anybody, depending on how we play. So, conference, we got a home game. I wasn't sure we would. Knowing where I wanted to go, I didn't think we would, but like I said, it filled up a little bit different than I thought it would. So we got a home game, and then you're just playing that waiting game to see who's going to play you. We've scrimmaged actually the last few years. I know their coach. So they jumped in there, which makes sense. It was about the spot that I figured he would go to. So if we win that one, then we got Buckeye Valley, which we played Buckeye Valley last year, beat them at their place. They brought back a lot of their players. They have they're 20-2 this year, really good record. But I think the confidence from playing them last year with them bringing a lot of girls back, I think we match up well against them. So even though they're 20-2 and we ended up 13-9, I think that we can play well and possibly have a chance to walk out of there with a win. If we do that, district championship would be against Bloom Carroll. Bloom, I think, ended up losing 4 games on the year, but they're really, really good. They got a Miami of Ohio commit playing for them. But again, you get there, you see what can happen. I think our defense has been really good. We play a pretty tough schedule, not just in our league. We played Granville, who was the 1 seed. We played Bishop Watterson, and all, so we played some good teams. So I think we're prepared for the tournament, prepared to make a big run, and that's our goal, is to kind of get to that district championship and see what goes on from there.
All right, girls, for the fans out there that don't know much about River Valley basketball, explain to them why you guys are going to be making a long run, maybe a couple upsets along the way. What are your strengths that could get you maybe to a district championship, maybe further?
Well, I feel like in practice we focus on a lot of the little things that are going to be important in games, and especially these next 2 weeks in practice. We've been working on a lot of the fundamentals, and I think that's going to be really important when it comes time to tournament, and we're really just going to need to step up and have leaders and just play well with each other.
Lexi?
The same thing. I think we all need to contribute. Can't just be like a couple of people. People need to. We have some people that are a little scared to shoot, so we need people to shoot. I think we've been doing really well together lately, so I think we just need to continue that.
All right, before we get to our final question, let's play our final game with your group. It's called 10 Spin. So all three of you will go around twice. I got a little number generator in the background right now. When you say stop, whatever number it is, we'll go to the according question. And Coach, just to get us started, whenever you're ready, just say stop and we'll get you going.
All right, stop.
Number 2, you get to sing the alma mater since you graduated from there.
Yeah.
You know it.
I do.
Oh God, if I got that one.
Do you guys know the alma mater? Sing
Yeah.
along with them.
Oh, that's okay. He's got it.
All right, so we have Hail River Valley, right? I can't remember. What is it?
Praise
Praise
we
we
sing.
sing. For our
Just
motto,
recite it.
let our
Yeah.
voices
Yeah.
ring.
Okay.
Faith and truth be our motto as the years go by. May we always bring honor to River Valley High.
Okay. Hey, we've had some people like really sing it, and then we've had people not know it. So
like
you're right in that
that
middle
every time.
spot. You're
Yeah.
good. Well done. All right, Hallie. Whenever you're ready, say stop.
Stop.
I should get you to sing the alma mater, but we already had that, so we'll go again. Whenever you can say stop. Again.
Stop.
Number 5. If you could go on a Valentine's date with one celebrity, since it is Valentine's Day out there today, who would it be?
Drew Starkey.
Oh,
Who's Drew Starkey?
He plays in Outer Banks.
That is why I don't know him, because I do not know that. Wow, Adam really put that up. Oh, guys, pretty handsome. Okay. All right. Still don't know who the heck he is, but whatever. Lexi, whenever you're ready, say stop.
stop.
Number 9. Oh, yes. Will Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get married?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're just, everyone loves them. Personally, I don't, but
That's why I was trying to get out of somebody. So yeah, thank you.
Gianna loves Taylor Swift, and she
going
showed up
crazy
with
right
a
now.
Kansas City shirt on like she knew the players on the team. But
But she
I
knew
don't think
Travis Kelce, and that was it.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, probably because they're they're everywhere. So if they break up, everyone's gonna be mad.
But you're going to get some new music out of Taylor Swift.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Okay. What do you listen to?
I like Zach Bryan.
Okay. I like some country.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. All right. Last round, Coach, whenever you're ready.
All right, let's stop.
Stop at number 6. And it is a team you don't get to play against but would like a chance at in the area.
I think I'd like to play Loudonville this year.
Yeah?
They're really good.
Or-
We played them a few years ago, so it would have been a fun game to play, and they got some really good players.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I think you guys would have matched up well against them, especially if you could contain the rebounding of
Yeah.
Corey Vermillion, which I think would be your big thing. But yeah, I could see that. That'd be a good matchup, I think. All right. Final round for you, Hallie. Stop. Number 1. Are you a candy or a flowers person on Valentine's Day?
Candy. I really like chocolate, so
Also, if you do have a boyfriend, did they get you candy for Valentine's Day?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay, well, I'm sorry
But
about
I
that.
did get candy and flowers, so
Well, hey, the best of both worlds. There you go. No need to go any further there. That's good enough.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's plenty enough. Lexi, final time for you.
Stop.
Number 7. Give your best angry coach impression.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know. I get yelled at a lot, so I have a lot of them. Probably like when he throws his water bottle down.
What's the you say you get yelled at a lot? What is the
No, I actually
norm?
never
What's the
get yelled
most he yells at you about? Is it not hustling? Like what the
Yeah, probably like not hustling or when I like shoot when I'm not open.
what does he you gotta be it's an
He's like-
impression, you gotta go.
There was probably one more pass probably would have been a little better. So he doesn't really yell. He just raises his voice.
It's like that disappointed parent type,
Yeah.
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do want to go over one more question with all three of you on here. Give one fun fact about a teammate or coach. Start with you, Lexi, and go around. Just something interesting or weird or funny about a teammate that would make you go, it's interesting.
Mila doesn't know which basket's which, and she shot in the wrong basket.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she doesn't know which one's which.
Was that during paper here? This is for, all three of you since you played as well. Would you prefer to be a 1,000-point scorer or be part of a MOAC champion that also makes a tournament run? So 1,000-point scorer or conference champion that makes a run maybe at a district or a regional title? Start with you.
Probably the MOAC wins.
Conference champion and district run.
Conference champion district run myself as well.
I like it. Team players right there. The Lady Vikings of River Valley. Coach Tim Chiles, Hallie Snyder, Lexi Hecker, 2 seniors. Congratulations on a great season thus far, and I do wish you the best down the line. Hopefully we get to see you in a Marion County Now Game of the Week for maybe a district championship or something like that down the line. But I wish you the best of luck, and I thank you for being on the Coach's Corner.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for the ladies' side of things. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the boys on here on this Valentine's Night edition of the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion. We'll be back.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner here in Bucyrus, Ohio. Brought to you by Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion. Nobody outpizzas the Hut like they do in Bucyrus and Galion. Travis Berardi from the OH Report back here at North Central Ohio Media Group. I always get that confused. I had to look down on my shirt. That makes me look really smart here to start off. I'm dumb as well. Lexi. Anyway, those of you that's just tuning in, just watch back later and you'll understand what it is. But it's time now to introduce the boys basketball team from River Valley. Head coach Rodney Brown. Coach, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Carson Smith and Aiden Kenny, both seniors. Carson, how was practice today?
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad?
Yeah.
Could have been better?
It could have been
Could have
better.
been better? Why could it have been better, Aiden?
I think Carson should answer this question.
Oh,
Well,
right. And we're underway, folks.
last night at the game, I kind of tweaked my ankle, so it's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
an easier day for today.
Right before tournament, right before senior night. You don't want to push it too much. Before we get into our questions, as always for our coaches, this is your first time here on the Coach's Corner with us. Coach Brown, I know who you are, but most of these people watching don't. Introduce yourself. Where'd you go to school? How'd you get the job? Things like that.
I went to Cardington, graduated in 1998.
Were you on the
I was a
state run?
sophomore.
You're a
Yeah,
sophomore? Nice.
I started coaching shortly after college. I helped out Coach Jury when he was still there. I coached football with Dwayne Hinkle. Then I was out for a while. I came back, coached a little bit more freshmen. Then my younger sister got the girls' job at Cardington. So when she started her first 2 years, I was her assistant.
Okay.
And then I got the boys' job shortly after that at Cardington. I was there for 7 years. Left there, helped Zach Ruth at Northmore. We grew up together, great friends. And then I was fortunate enough to get the River Valley job a year after that. So this is my 5th year.
That's great. I saw Coach Ruth because of the COVID year. He's going to be coaching in the News Journal All-Star game this year. Are you going to be an assistant coach with him in there? Did he ask you anything like that?
No, he didn't.
Zach?
I didn't
You
know
what
about
to do?
that. I didn't know about that. That's good for him.
Because they didn't play due to COVID. Jake Furr at the News Journal, great writer, putting it together. He waited for the kids to graduate college, and they're doing an alumni game before the News Journal All-Star
cool.
game. So it's going to be Beddingfield and Ruth coaching against each other, and all the players that were supposed to be on those teams, they'll get to play before the News Journal
That's
All-Star
pretty cool.
game. So you can tune in live and free and watch that as well on the OH Report. But let's get right into things, kind of like what the girls had this season. You had a tough loss to Shelby at home. Not going to get into that. We've talked about that enough this year. But after that, you ran off 9 straight wins. You won 12 of your last 14. You locked up the number 2 seed overall in the D2 Central District. But that Shelby game, would you say that was kind of a turning point in the season?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think a little bit of anger maybe, and the kids really changed. Like it was more about, I think sometimes maybe you feel like maybe it was stolen from you. So it definitely fueled us to try to, get back on track. That was a key. We still felt like we had a chance, with a little bit of help for the conference. So that was the main goal there.
Carson, same question to you. That game, it was a tough finish, but after that, it seemed like you guys really clicked. Was that a turning point, or what was the turning point?
It was definitely took it to heart for that one because it wasn't the outcome we wanted, and how it ended wasn't very good. So next day you got to practice and got back to work. So
Was it just straight focus that next day, Aiden?
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to control our destiny next time, and so we wanted to make sure we got to work to not let it be in someone else's hands to make that call.
Coach, you guys can put up points. We were talking during the break. You put up 100 points against Highland. Not many people do it, but you've been part of, I think you said 5 teams that have put up 100 along the way. But what would you say is your strongest aspect of your squad? I know there's a lot of strong aspects. What's your strongest?
Well, we have Carson, who can make some of the most difficult shots in some of the most difficult times. DeSales would be a perfect example. We were hitting nothing, and all of a sudden he makes 2 crazy shots towards the end that, gave us a chance. Everybody plays really hard, and that's something that, I really like This group, they're not afraid to get after it, dive on the floor, be physical, and they play really well together. So, we have nights where we shoot the ball pretty well, and that makes it a little easier, but everybody's always looking to get the ball to the next guy so we can get a good shot.
Aiden, what would you say, other than just one strong person, but what would be your team's strongest thing? Is it defensively, offensively, the way you pass the ball, the way you trap? What is it?
I'd say definitely our grit. We never back down to anyone, and also I'd say setting off-ball screens to try to get each other open because, like Coach said, Carson's a great shooter, and we know if we can get him an open shot, he'll knock it down.
Probably our team chemistry is. We've all been playing together since we were little, so we all know where each other's at, and we all can play ball together. So
you got one more regular season game, and then down to the nitty-gritty, tournament time. Coach asked the same question earlier for the girls' side, but what was the strategy going? You went to the Central 2 district. That goes to OU for the regional. You went to the top half of the bracket. The bottom half is number 1 seeded Bishop Hartley that you could possibly see in a district final. Just what went with the strategy of going to Hartley's bracket and taking that top half of the district to possibly get a couple games under your belt before facing them in a district championship game?
Last year we went to the Vandalia Butler bracket, ended up losing in the finals to Watterson. That Vandalia Butler bracket is tough. It's tough. 3 teams out of the Southwest. Most of them are, in the top 15 to 20 in the state. Yeah. And so, Athens seems to be the route that, the Central District tries to go to. I feel that we can play with Hartley. And it's less about. Last year, I think it was more like we really want to win a district title. This year, that's not just, that's not the stopping point. That's not where, our goal is to go as far as we possibly can. And when we do the draw, online, I bring the whole team in and we break it down as much as possible. We talk about it. I give scenarios, and we discuss it, and it becomes a team decision of what we want to do. And everybody was on the same page that, we want to go as far as we can, and we want to play. We haven't backed down from anybody yet, so why shy away from Hartley?
It's the same, talking to Blade Tackett over at Northmore on Monday night during the podcast. It was the same thing. Last year they wanted to play maybe for a district championship, but this year they chose the OU way because it's against the East District. They wanted to avoid the same exact thing you said, which I appreciate that. In the thinking, because why not focus more? Maybe get a couple breaks, maybe you win it, maybe you get down to Dayton for that path. So I respect that decision. I also respect the way that you brought your whole team in to make that decision. What did you think about that, Carson? Getting help on that decision, and not only that, but knowing you have a chance maybe this year to make a long run.
Last year we made the districts and we lost, which gave everyone the feeling of how it felt to be at districts. So knowing that this year we can possibly make a pretty big run, so we went that way just because it was the not easier way, but it's not as hard as it would be to go with the.
I wouldn't say it was easier. I'd say it was just the smarter.
Yeah,
the smarter the decision, because you're also focusing down the line as well as right now. How about you?
Yeah, I think it's I really like how Coach brings us together because it makes us all feel confident on the same page of what we're doing.
All right, now it's time for you guys now to play the 1998 version of Boomers versus Zoomers, because Coach graduated from Cardington Lincoln High School in 1998. I am going to ask you 10 pop culture questions, just like the girls. Coach Brown has 2 chances to help you out, and then the girls squad has 1, so you have your 3 lifelines right there. But let's get right into things. 8.5 from the ladies and the Golden Knights boys squad from Northmore. Number 1, this video game released in the U.S. in 1998 where you catch digital animals with a ball-shaped object. What is that game?
Pokemon.
Pokemon it is. Got to catch them all.
I didn't know that one.
No? You didn't have a Game Boy?
No.
Do you have any systems growing up or what?
Yeah, we had a Nintendo, and then we got I think a Sega, whatever Sega was, maybe PlayStation, somewhere in there.
Best game ever was Madden 95 on the Sega. You had the pixelated voices on that. It's nostalgia.
I still think back to Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl? Oh,
Yeah.
You played with the cheat code? You played with Joe
Absolutely.
Jackson?
Absolutely. And then one of my really good friends growing up, his TV, the screen bounced. So like home court advantage, right? Home field advantage.
Uh-huh.
When you went to his house, you were losing.
Because
he was
he
used-
could see.
Oh yeah, you couldn't see anything.
Wow, that's takes you back. Now you have HD TV. That'll never happen.
right.
But back then we had it tough when we played video games. It wasn't like 2K and Madden now. All right, question number 2. This movie about a romance on a boat spent the first 13 weeks in 1998 at number 1 before quote unquote sinking. What was the name of that movie?
Titanic.
That was Titanic. Hopefully the sinking helped out there. Question number 3. This NBC comedy involving the characters Jerry, Elaine, George, and Kramer aired its final episode. I see somebody nodding for a
Yeah, I don't know this one.
lifeline,
Yeah,
coach.
We'll use our lifeline, coach.
Seinfeld.
It is Seinfeld. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah, we all went to one dorm room and watched it.
Yeah?
I remember. One of the guy that lived next to us, he was huge on Seinfeld, so he was like,
Do you remember how long was the verdict for them to stay in that jail cell?
oh, I don't know.
It was months or years? I think it was
Oh, I
months.
don't remember.
I was gonna say, are they out yet? But I think they should be after all these years. All right, you're 3 for 3 so far. Question number 4. This now Hall of Fame quarterback won the first of his 2 Super Bowls with the Broncos in 1998. Who is the quarterback?
I'm like John Elway, but that's about it. Peyton Manning's too.
Might as well go.
You think it's Peyton or like John Elway's too old? Just say one of them. Peyton or John.
I'm going Peyton here.
It was John Elway. This one's for John. Peyton was like in 2012,
Yeah, I
man.
know.
Yeah, I don't know
You're
what-
about
Well, John, I
You're
thought,
13 years.
thought John was a little older, but
Peyton would have been in.
It was his last 2 years as quarterback, though. He did lead a great drive in 1988 against the Browns. That was
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I'm a Steeler fan, so that's why. That bothered me.
That's too bad.
All right, you're 3 for 4 so far. You're still in. Question number 5. This show aired on MTV, releasing the top 10 music videos of the day. What was the name of the show?
I don't know this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Give them a bonus point if they get the anagram.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll give him a half point. Well,
You
first,
know.
are you gonna use your lifeline with Coach? Because I think the laughter kind of gave it
Yeah,
away.
we'll probably use that one.
It's
Yeah.
TRL, right?
TRL. Do you know what TRL stands for?
No.
no clue.
Total Request Live.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
No, we got
With Carson Daly.
Yeah,
Is that
Carson Daly.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, before Spotify and Sirius XM, you got your top 10 of the day. You called in to MTV, and then the top 10 music videos, like Britney Spears' "Baby One More Time" or Blink 182 or Smashing Pumpkins, things like that. Hopefully they know who they are.
They don't.
They don't.
They have no idea.
We're so old, man.
They have no. I was telling them some earlier. I was like, Smashing Pumpkins, Green Day,
Green
Limp
Day.
Bizkit. Like, yeah, they were like, well, yeah, they didn't know.
Kids these days. Jeez. All right. You guys have 4.5 points. 5 left, so you still can win this one. Question 6. This book series was published for the first time in the U.S. in 1998 with the first book named The Sorcerer's Stone. What was the book series? You do not have any Coach lifelines left, but you do have
The girls know.
the waving girls basketball team out there.
I'd never guess Harry Potter, but I don't think that's it.
You can guess or use your last lifeline.
All possible.
I'm not positive at all.
All right, we'll use.
Lifeline. You should have said Harry Potter because that's what it was. You
I would've
used
said-
your
I
lifeline.
would've
You were
said
out of
more.
lifelines.
That started
However,
back then? I didn't know that.
yeah, it came out in the U.S. It was like 96 was the first one. Came out in the U.K. Kind of like Pokemon. It came out in like 96 in Japan, but it didn't come over here until later. So you guys are at 5.5, but no lifelines left. Okay, serious time now. Got check time. This is where Carson hits a couple big shots here in the clutch. This one you should know, hopefully. Question 7. This team won its second three-peat of NBA championships in the 1990s and 98.
Chicago Bulls.
You are right. And you guys knew it was the Washington Wizards that he played for again.
Yeah.
You know, you're...
Blowing in Kobe's ear.
Question 8. A gallon of gas cost this much back in 98. You got to be within 25 cents. Just for fun, I'll let Coach guess it too. Well, you guys have to guess it, but it won't count. His won't count, but I just want to see if he remembers.
This is definitely more your field, so
Let's go 98 cents.
$1.15. You got it.
attaboy.
What were you thinking, Coach?
I was thinking $1.19.
Hey, that's even closer. All right, you guys, still in it. Question 9. This Super Bowl halftime performing artist had 3 hits in the top 16 in 1998. This Super Bowl halftime performing artist had 3 hits in the top 16.
I guess.
Not a good guess.
Reba?
Reba sang the national anthem. Usher sang the halftime show.
I was going to say Michael Jackson.
Oh. 7.5 points with 1 question left. You can tie with the Lady Vikings and the Northmore Golden Knights with this last question. The iMac, a colorful desktop computer, was released by this company in 1998. The iMac.
Apple.
You tie Northmore and the Lady Vikings with 8.5 points. Correct. Well done.
You thought you guys were going to get like 2.
God, we should have two.
Well, if you take away your 2 and theirs, they would have, well, still 5.5.
Yeah.
Or 5. We still have 5, so. Well done, boys. There you go. Some good momentum going into senior night and things like that. And back to some questions, and let's go right into that. You 2 seniors, Coach. Last time you're going to see them on the floor, but I'll start with the boys. What is senior night going to be like for you guys? Carson, I'll start with you.
First, we want to win the game, so
Oh, absolutely.
go in there with a winning attitude. I don't know, just be a special night, senior night. Last home game.
Yeah.
Not home game, we got one more in tournaments, but
That's the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
Get everything with that. You know, the family walks through. But can you reflect on your 4 years as a Viking? Hopefully, it lasts another month, but up
Yeah.
until now.
But I mean, it's been a good 4 years playing for Coach Brown. It's been memorable for sure. Starting from freshman year up now, so it's been pretty fun.
Hey.
Yeah, senior night will be special, but like Carson said, we just gotta come in there and take care of business. And yeah, Coach Brown's put us a good organization. We've done really well the past 3 years, so I'd like to continue it.
Coach, what's the senior class meant to you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've known him since he was little, so I'm getting emotional. Sorry, I do this.
It's all right.
sometimes.
Hey, no.
So I've known him since he was little. I grew up with his parents, so played in high school with his dad, and it's special. It's special to get to see these little, and now and see them grow 4 years, and see what he was able to become, which is what I thought. This guy shocked the world, and became the league's leading rebounder right now, and
also, when the Joe Show shows up tonight, you're going to be the 5th leading rebounder in North Central Ohio.
this guy was a guard his entire life, so it's special because, and Xavier, Xavier, our third senior, he's, not here. He, it's the dedication that they have, that they've had, not only that, but to show the kids coming up what it means to be a Viking, to play the way that we want to play. It's been, they've been a huge part of that, and they're not vocal leaders, neither one of these guys, but they lead by example every day, every single day. So, they're great young men, and it means a lot. It means a lot. Friday will definitely be emotional for me. I do a thing in the locker room before we go out, and I cry every time. So, it's a special group. They got a lot of wins. They've had a lot of success, team and individual, and it's going to be sad to see them go. But we're not done, so we're not done.
No, it's just a little, it's the pomp and circumstance, but you hopefully you're crying when you're cutting down nets at UD Arena, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
That would be something else.
That says a lot about a coach, boys, to be that emotional to talk about, leading you and stuff. I think that's great, and that chemistry really shows. And speaking of chemistry, just how great is your team chemistry here? Because it seems like you guys are, basically, you put up 100 points multiple times in your 4 years here, things like that. But just what has that team chemistry been like, and just that, on and off the court with your teammates, your friends, your buddies?
Like I said earlier, I've been playing with my brother since I was little. I've been playing with Aiden my whole entire life, basically. Everybody on the team I've been playing with since we were all little. So, it's all coming together now. Last year, so it's.
Why not go out on a bang, right?
Exactly.
Aiden?
Yeah, just like he said. Since like 3rd grade, his dad's been coaching us, and now I've been able to play together in varsity with Coach Brown. It's have a lot of chemistry, not only with us two, but with 2 juniors and his little brother that we play with as well.
And we'll keep it with you, Aiden. You talked about 3rd grade playing basketball, but when did you first get interested in basketball?
I'd say probably since I could dribble a basketball. I've always loved it. It's always been my number one to me.
Mine's probably since I was born, because the day I got back to the house, my dad already had a basketball hoop on me, so it's probably my whole entire life.
What about you, Coach? You played on a state team back at Cardington, but when did you really get that itch to play?
So my dad was a middle school coach for years, football and basketball, so I was around it all the time. And I remember we had a little hoop on a concrete pad at the farm that I would shoot on. So I was pretty young. My dad played church league basketball and in some independent teams at the Y. So I was young. So I would say probably 4 or 5, somewhere in that range that I remember. That was a long time ago. It's hard to remember way back then.
What was it, the 80s? 90s?
Yeah,
It's not that long.
Early
It really is, but it
80s.
isn't.
Early 80s.
It actually was now that you think, I don't want to think about it being that long ago.
That was a long time ago.
Pretty long time ago. Final question before we get to our final game. You talked about making it into a district championship game last year. How much did you learn from that run that you're able to take into this year to get you ready for possibly another run, Coach?
It was physical. I think that was probably, I don't know if the outside people realize it as much, but it was physical. That tournament run was physical. And these guys went to the weights immediately. Immediately. Our strength from last year to this year, not knocking the guys that graduated, because those were strong guys too. But I think as a whole, we're really strong right now. It's great. This is the strongest team pound for pound, especially with our bench presses right now, that I've ever had.
And I think it showed. We did the Joe show. We came, taped with you guys the day before you guys played Bloom Carroll. And that was a matchup between 2 and 4 in the RPI, and you handled them. I think, how many threes did you hit in that game? I think you hit a ton.
I don't remember.
But I
felt like that night we were able to just wear them down, transition. And when you're physically strong and you lean on people a little bit, it wears them down. And I think that was probably one of the biggest things. Just how much stronger they got, because you want to get back there.
Oh, absolutely.
Do whatever you can to get back there.
It's always good to get that taste, but you want it back immediately.
That was the conversation after the game in the locker room that day. Cause, this feeling's not good. Let's not do this again.
Aiden?
Yeah, definitely. It was a pretty sour taste in our mouth after, but we had a lot of guys come back for this year, and we're ready to win that district and go further.
And Carson, I know you've won accolades throughout your 4 years, but you still don't have that district championship quite yet. You have a district runner-up, but what did that run mean for you? That I want to get back here, I want to get further, and I want a lasting memory here at River Valley.
Yeah, it might have meant a lot. Definitely put the taste in our mouths as a team. What we learned from it, was the atmosphere, how it felt being there, and what we needed to do, playing wise, and how the game was called, just how the tournament was. It was fun.
And I have a feeling you guys are ready.
Oh yeah,
You're
Definitely.
ready for that. All right, we're ready for our final game of the night before our mailbox question. It's called On the Same Page. You guys have your little whiteboards in front of you. What we're going to do for you old folk like me and Coach, we know what the newlywed game was. It's where you ask a question to Coach. You guys have to match his answer. So, what isn't his favorite color? If he puts purple and you guys answer purple, you get a point. If Carson says red and Kenny says purple, he gets the point, you don't. That's how easy it is here on Same Page. So if we are ready, let's go with our first question. Coach, the one player that best knows how to get on your nerves, who is it?
They're getting this one.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Boys, turn them over first.
Bert?
Ebert. It is Ebert. So that is one apiece. And why does Ebert know how to get under your skin, Coach?
Man, I think he probably does that to every human. I think he is just that guy. He can be the most serious guy and the most unserious guy in the same moment. Somehow, I don't know how he does it, but he's something else. But I'll tell you what, when it's time to go, that dude is ready. That's a guy you want on your side no matter what.
And that's the funny thing, because he's also in our stat leaders, I believe, assists.
Yeah.
So you have Carson, I think, a top 5. You'll see tonight on the Joe Show, about 9:30 on the OH Report, folks, if you want to watch that. But Carson's going to be top 5 in scoring. Aiden's going to be top 5 rebounding, and I think Ebert's top 5 in assists. And that says a lot about having 3 different players, because we have Alex Bruscotter's top 5 in all 3, but we don't have many teams that have 3 different guys. So I think it says a lot about your squad as well.
He has a crazy stat too.
Please tell.
I believe he's going to correct me because I'm probably wrong, but I think he has 28. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
28 charges taken.
Oh, that's a big salary.
So they've been checking Max Prep's the national records, the state records to see where he is. And last time I believe he was second.
I think
right?
he was jumped to first after the Bloomfield game in the state.
Well, he had 2 games. There was a game in between, I believe. He had 2 games out of 3 where he had 4 called both games.
Gotta love a kid that gives his body up, right?
Yeah, he don't care.
You don't care?
He don't run through a wall. He don't care.
So, just giving it away for you folks here. The top 5 assist leaders: Logan Thrapp of Harding, 7.6; Jack Fickus of Hillsdale, 7.5; Bruscotter's at 5.8; Amar Davis of Mansfield Christian, 5.6; Mr. Ebert in 5th at 5. The points leaders: Carson, you're number 4 at 22.3, behind Justice Thompson of Crestview, 23.5; Alex Bruscotter, 24.8; and Max Dawson at 25.4. And then rebounding, number 4. I was wrong, Aiden. You're 4th with 9.1 rebounds, 0.1 ahead of Alex Bruscotter right there. Brady Critchbaum of Hillsdale has 12 rebounds per game. So, yeah, three players, 3 separate stat-leading numbers. All right, back to our game now, though. Coach, next question for you. The one player most likely to miss the bus. Who is that?
Ooh. This marker's not working.
Oh, no. Okay, well,
You can just say.
yeah, you can just say it. You can just say yours, yeah. I mean, we reach the end of the season. Sometimes, you know, that stuff happens.
It worked
you
a
know.
little bit the first time.
Who is it, Coach?
Who we like to
Rob.
call we like to call
I
Rob.
call him
yeah,
Rob.
they call him Rob. So yeah,
Both right?
yeah.
2 for 2 for both of you. Question number 3. Would Coach prefer to give candy or flowers as a Valentine's Day gift? Yes, candy or flowers?
You said give.
Yeah, to give as a gift. You have a 50-50 chance.
I don't even know if he knows.
I would say flowers because my wife doesn't really eat candy. So
Aiden takes the lead with 3. All right. Coach has a playlist, correct?
I do. But
You
they,
do?
they would know. They know.
Wow. What would you think his favorite song would be? Do you know that?
I don't even know what my favorite song is.
Okay, we'll change it up here. I'll change it up on the fly. I'll call an audible. One song that best describes this team.
Okay.
And we'll switch it up a little bit more. They'll take a guess, and you get to judge which one's the best.
Okay.
How about we'll do
As
that?
I say, I got one.
I'm leading this game.
They
I can
played it
change
last
the
night.
rules.
Ebert was practicing his drums, his air drums.
Oh. I forget what it's called.
Do you know a verse from it?
Not really, but I can hear it though. I can't sing.
Can I give him a clue?
I don't even know what I'd put on there.
Hum it. Do you know the tune?
No, I don't know. I really just don't know.
I put that one Eminem song because there was Eminem last night.
Oh, that's not it.
Coach, what was the song?
Eye of the Tiger.
Oh.
Remember he was drumming and
Yeah,
we were
I
making
was-
fun of
yeah.
him because he was air drumming, but he really had no clue.
Is there a lot of drums in Eye of the Tiger? I thought it was more guitar.
Oh no, that's we're talking about Ebert again,
Oh, that's true. I
right?
guess,
So yeah, that's he.
He had the wrong instrument.
Girls,
And he
what would
said-
Ebert be?
Oh.
That was a joke from earlier.
Oh, he's not dumb. He's just goofy.
Goofy. That's what I was looking
Yeah,
for.
he's just
Goofy. Not dumb, goofy.
He's just goofy.
All right, last question. Aiden has a 1-point lead on Carson, so Carson, you have to get this right. Aiden has to get it wrong for you to tie. If you lose, well, it's just bragging rights, but you know what I mean. The one word Coach uses most in practice. PG. PG.
Can I give like 2?
Yeah, sure. Coach, what's the one word you use a lot?
Talk, bro.
I
Spin 'em.
Screen or
Well,
talk.
I said pick it up.
Pick it up. That's another one. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I'll give it the point to Aiden. You win 4-2. Final question before we get out of here. It is our Pizza Hut of Bucyrus and Galion mailbox question. That's the girls' one, so the boys' one. Here it is. It's a fan favorite. We've used this a couple times, but I like the question, so we're going to use it again. Boys, Coach, if you could be reincarnated as any athlete in any sport in any time in modern sports, so any decade that you want, who would it be and why? Coach, we'll start with
Jordan.
Jordan.
Just because he's Jordan, like greatest basketball player ever played.
And mine will be Jordan too.
Yeah? Not LeBron?
No, not LeBron.
Respect right there.
I had him with Bill Russell. Got a lot of rings.
He does have a lot of
Hey,
rings. That's a good one.
I like that. I
That's
like
a good
that.
one.
Played for a great squad, too. There you have it. Boys, thank you very much for making your debut here on the Coach's Corner, and best of luck in the tournament, number 2 seed. And like I said to the girls, hopefully we'll be covering you on the OH Report on Marion County Now for possibly a district championship or even further down at OU. Thank you very much, boys, for being on here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was fun. That'll do it for this episode of the Coach's Corner. I want to thank the girls and boys squads from River Valley High School, and best of luck once again for them in their tournament run, and also for the boys on senior night against Clear Fork. For those OH Report viewers, the Joe Show will be on in about an hour 15 minutes time. Make sure you see that. We got an interview with the head coach of the boys squad at Winford, also an interview with Grant Bentley around the arena, and much, much more. And like I said, my stat leaders segment, you might see some of these boys on there as well. That'll wrap things up. I want to thank Bucyrus and Galion Pizza Hut. No one out pizzas the hut like the fine folks at Pizza Hut in Bucyrus and Galion, and also North Central Ohio Media Group, the 3 things here on my shirt, as well as Marion County Now for letting us host. But that'll do it for my producer Adam Thompson. I am Travis Berardi from the OH Report saying so long from Bucyrus.